No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. strong kick to get this one underway. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Takes the handoff. It's Pringle. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Guys, let's look big picture Miami. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Unloads quickly. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Canes moving quickly to the line. Pulls and fires complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down. Turning it on! The 20! Touchdown, Miami! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after it, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their...
Lots of room to run. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Making side adjustments here. Dropping back, it's Carr. Here's a heat. Makes the grab inside the 30. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. They'll leave it with him. Powers through the defender. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Get it out on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. An 84-yard drive there. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 10, here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll go out of bounds at the 39. Good return, and the offense could certainly do a lot worse than this. Field position. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Got a man, it's Johnson. There he goes. Bulldozes his way through. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Johnson wants to throw it quickly to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job on the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job on the D.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Can't make the catch, and the defense will
coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
The give to the tailback. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Might be changing the route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking left. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Creates a little space. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Kingz!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. Got it in the middle, it's James. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
And you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. It'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll spot it at the 40. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He just couldn't hold his water long enough in the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. tight end. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Kingz will hustle to the line.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Tripped up for the tackle. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. Third and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
1 for 2 on fourth down attempts so far, and we will get a third attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Give to the running back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Back to pass on second down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Might be calling a hot route. On third down, he drops the throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt is in the air. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Johnson wants to throw it. He's got him.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds his tight end. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry up. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Got the big tight end on the corner route. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just...
Oh, he's got some space. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Motion from the back. Corners showing press. They want to be physical. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hurricane.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Georgia has the lead right now, but they have not been able to separate themselves just yet between the hedges of Sanford Stadium. They're up by 4 over Alabama. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Going deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Barrett. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw, it's Carr. Throws to the tight end. Connection to the right. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on first down. He wants to go deep. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Hurricanes will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Perez. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Ready to get moving. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going...
He lets it fly. He's got it inside the 30. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Turning it on. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
Trying to punch it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Canes are racking up tackles for loss. Warren Sapp has to be proud of this effort.
Yeah, just living in the backfield, getting off the ball really, really quickly, getting off blocks, the staple of great defensive line play. Miami doing a great job of that today.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Dropping back, it's Carr. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Throwing on the run. Makes the grab on the shot. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. From the red zone, looking for a man. Quickly complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. The option look. Fights off a defender. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Canes line it up with a 1st and goal. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown, Kingz! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game 1, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Barres. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here come the Irish, back on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
So now it's 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Carr. He unleashes a long one. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here, and you're trying to get aggressive, you're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't hook up.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Barres. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. To the air on 1st down. Rush is on him. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm.
There he goes.
Give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by just one over Tulsa. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. The Kingz headed quickly to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play.
Here we go, here we go. Turn. Finish.
Trying to get the corner.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Shakes off the defender. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down.
It's unfortunate for this offense, guys. Had they not had the mental errors and mistakes early in the drive, they'd be sitting pretty right now. Even after that long gain on the running play, they've still got 4th down.
The Hurricanes will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect a costly turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Carr. He's got his man. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Back to pass. He's got him still on his feet. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Quick strike through the air for the score.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got it. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Johnson looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Johnson. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Punts it out of the air. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Trying to make magic with his feet. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. Johnson wants to throw it. Got his man quickly. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game 1, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Perez. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Handoff to the single running back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Richardson. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Finds the tight end. Breaks into the open. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him...
He's got it inside the 25. They get him down on the play, and this big-armed sophomore's not afraid to show off the gun. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19.
Easy.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail.
Touchdown, Aaron! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going and maybe you can build it.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory for me. He uncorks one deep. Makes the grab at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Kingz.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the point after is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UConn has the lead right now. Husky hysteria has been palpable all week across the state, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by just 1 over Northern Illinois. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield, it's Carr. He wants a big play here late. Snags it inside the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling and you're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. He gambles and throws one all the way back to the left. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Moore. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Kingz want to crank the tempo. Johnson looking to throw. With the catch, it's Pringle. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. Looking to throw again. The short hands, it's Moore. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. You have a big lead in the fourth quarter. When you do that, the only explanation for it is you're trying to send a message by sticking in another touchdown.
Yeah, and saying, listen, it's your job to stop us, and right now we're eating you alive. So I think, there's some psychological warfare, right? There's some, I'm going to get in your head. There's some, I want to beat you on recruiting trail and in the future, and, kind of take that and a little rub their nose in it.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's caught at the 10. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Trying to surge it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Barrett. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking a deep shot. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.